our lives, we sit and wonder why God has us where He does. A living sacrifice to be an example to the world, so that everyone can see His goodness and His mercy, how His grace covers me. You gotta grow where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta grow where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. Many are the plans of man, but only God's plan will prevail. Don't be weary in well-doing. All you have to do is keep going. Have faith and believe, and know one day you'll receive all the blessings that's for you. He is going to see you through. You gotta grow where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta grow where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. I am an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. I am an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. I am an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. I am an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. Gotta go where God leads. Where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. They can see. You gotta go where you are. Where you are. And know that God will keep. He will keep. You gotta go where God leads. Where He leads. You gotta shine so people can see. They can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta go where God leads. Where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. They can see. You gotta grow where you are. Where you are. And know that God will keep. He will keep you. Go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? That's from a musical genius. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Turning dreams into reality. We are live today and ready to go. I am so excited about today's show. I just want you to do this for me right now. Before we even get started, I want you to tag a friend. I want you to share it if you're watching it on Facebook Live. I want you to send out the YouTube link, the web link, whatever, because today's show is going to be super hot. I mean, we have a musical genius in the house. We have a business genius in the house. And the biggest thing at the end today, we're going to announce those 2019 Deborah C. Offer Bulgin Women of Virtue Walking in Excellence honoree. And I'm excited. I am so excited. But before I begin to tell you who I am and as well as to tell you why we are here today, I just want to take a moment to just pray. I usually don't do that at the beginning of my show. I usually do it behind the scenes, but I want to do it because if anybody has been following Vox Wave today, before we started, there was an incident with my sister, Peggy Morris, for the president and CEO of Sister for Sister Network that was captured live here today. And I just want to take a minute just to do a special prayer for her and the people who are in Louisiana who are ready to experience this storm. So if we could just take a moment. Father, in the name of Jesus, God, we thank you for today. God, we thank you for life. We thank thank you for health. We thank you for strength, God. God, we thank you, God, for waking us up this morning, oh God, with the blood running warm in our vein, oh God. God, we just thank you, oh God, that today, oh God, that you have already prepared it for us, oh God, and set great expectations for us, oh God. So we go out today seeking and finding everything that you have already set out for us to do. So, Father, I just ask you to bless this show on today, that as the listeners hear, oh God, that they would gain something, oh God, that would help them to execute, oh God, the plans that you have given to them, oh God. God, I ask you to touch my sister Peggy now, oh God, wherever she is, oh God, from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet, oh God. Let your healing power flow through her, oh God. God, that when she walk out from where she is, oh God, that not only is she healed, she's made whole, oh God. And God, I also ask you, God, to cover the people in Louisiana, oh God. God, we ask you, God, to hold back the storm, oh God. And if it's your will for it to come, oh God, God, let it be able to be calm enough, oh God, that they will manage, oh God. God, we ask you to save them, to cover them, or rescue, oh God, and be a provider for the people in Louisiana. We thank you now. We know we have the victory in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's get started. Yes, we have the victory and we are ready to get started. I'm excited. Let me tell you who I am. I am Dr. Taskeka L Green, the president, CEO, and founder of To Everything There Is a Season Enterprises. And God gave me this vision 2018, January 2018. And actually this morning during my prayer meditation, he had me go back to the word that he gave me in 2018. And, you know, it started to speak at me that so many people are looking for a new thing, or they're looking for a new word or some new insight. But I'm telling you today, go back to the original word that you got. You got that seed. Now it's time for you to water it and watch it come to fruition. You don't need another new word. You don't need another new insight. Go back to what you already had, because have you already started watering that and seeing it bloom, blossom, and bud, or are you still doing the same thing? So I say to you today, you don't need another word. You don't need a new insight. Just go back to the word you already had and let's execute that. And that's why we're here today, because we are here to turn dreams into reality. And I have two phenomenal guests, and I'm not going to take up a lot of time because I want them to have all the time. So let me just tell you, I'm going to give you a little bit about them, but I'm not going to tell you their whole bio. But first, we have today no other than the musical genius himself, Anthony Chucky Caldwell, who will be performing live from his new release, All Things Love. Let's give it up. I have some studio audience in the house. Let's hear it for Anthony Chucky Caldwell. Yes, he's going to be performing live. And I think this may be his first sit-down interview since the album release. So I'm excited that he decided to say yes to this and join me and for this today. And let me tell you, this guest right here, woo, he is hard to keep up with. He's hard to find. I'm just so glad that he was in Maryland on today, July 13th. He said, well, let me check my schedule, but I think I'm there. And if I'm there and nothing comes up, then I'll be there. And guess what? He is here, the happy entrepreneur himself, the business guru, Shay Brown. Let's give it up for Shay. Yes, Shay Brown. That's right. He's the happy entrepreneur, and he's going to tell you everything that you need to get your business going, to stay very vital in your business, and also what you need to do as far as any next steps as you continue to execute the plan that you have. So listen, we're going to take a 1-minute break. While we're taking this break, I see you, Lakeitha. I see you, Ira. I see you, Kim. I see you, Lisa. I see you, Michelle. Go tag somebody, share it, because today's show will change your life. Turning dreams into reality. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Now let's do this. You next.
Many times in our lives, we sit and wonder why God has us where He does. A living sacrifice to be an example to the world, so that everyone can see His goodness and His mercy, how His grace covers me. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. Many are the plans of man, but only God's plan will prevail. Don't be weary in well-doing. All you have to do is keep going. Have faith and believe, and the blessings that's for you. He is going to see you through. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. I am an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. I am an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. Greater is He that's in me.
Welcome back to Turning Dreams into Reality on VoxWave.com. My name is Dr. Taskeka Green, and I'm glad you decided to just take a few minutes out your afternoon and join us on today. As I already have said, that we have a wonderful, wonderful treat for you all today. Performing live his newest album release, All Things Love. Let's give it up for Anthony Chucky Cotwell.
Well, we'll put our hands together like this. There's a song called All Things Love. If y'all don't have the album, go get it. No matter your color, shape, or size, you can't continue to hide behind propaganda that's been seen before. You gotta be careful, sometimes you gotta ignore. Don't get caught up in the lies you hear, 'cause we all got issues, whether far or near. Just let it go and follow your heart. You were made for this, 'cause you're a winner from the start. So when you're riding around in your drop top and the hate just won't stop, all things love, all things love. When you try to steal your shine and you grind at the same time, all things love, all things love. So many people living on the street with not a dime in their pocket, no food to eat. It's not a question, no, where they come from, 'cause the only difference is what you do and what you've done. I'm so glad I get to see another day, to spread a little sunshine in my own kind of way. Try real hard to do good and not bad. You gotta be thankful for everything you have. So when you're riding around in your drop top and the hate just won't stop, all things love, all things love, yeah. And when they try to steal your shine and you grind at the same time, all things love, all things love. Listen, you can make a difference. You can make a difference. All you gotta do is try. All you gotta do is try. Tomorrow's not promised, no. So let your true color show and keep your head to the sky. All things love. So listen, so there's a dance to this song, the All Things Love two-step. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. You say 1, 2, 1, 2. You say 1 and slide and 1 and slide. Y'all got it? 1, 2, 1, 2. You got 1 and slide. So all things love. Y'all can try this at the next camera where you go to. All things love. People don't know what they try to do really helps you. Oh, yeah. All things love. Look at everything is all things love. So if it don't break you, it was meant to make you. Oh, all things are love. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. L-O-V. All things love. All things love. Just brew now. Hey, brew now. 'Cause all things are love. All things love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shake it on, yeah. 'Cause the haters make you greater.
Yeah. Listen. All things love. I told you it was hot in here. Listen, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back and interview none other than Anthony Chuki Caldwell. Don't you leave that seat. Stay tuned. You can get a snack, though, long as it's healthy. We'll be right back.
Many times in our lives, we sit and wonder why God has us where He does. A living sacrifice to be an example to the world, so that everyone can see His goodness and His mercy, how His grace covers me. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta grow where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. Many are the plans of man, but only God's plan will prevail. Don't be weary in well-doing. All you have to do is keep going. Have faith and believe, and know one day you'll receive all the blessings that's for you. He is going to see you through. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta grow where God leads.
Hey, welcome back. We are turning dreams into reality today. It's something that we will say, or something that, may have happened during this segment, should help you to move a little closer to turning that dream into reality. So I didn't share anything about this young man here. He's a young man. He really is. But I want to just tell you a little bit about him. I'm not going to read his long bio, because when you've been doing this for a long time, you got like a memoir. So we're working on that. That's going to be his next thing. He's going to come to turning to everything. There's a seasoned publisher. Yes, he is. Yes, so let me tell you a little bit about this guy here. His name is Anthony Chuki Caldwell. He's a multi-instrumentalist, composer, producer, and engineer born in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., with generations of talented musicians in his family. Chuki was destined to be born with great talent and musical genius. Now, you probably keep wondering, well, how is he a musical genius? All I did was see him stand up there and do a two-step. Right. But let me tell you, he can stand, he can two-step, and he can sing. But what you don't know is that Chuki's musical aptitude transcends across multiple instruments. He is a master at the bass guitar, but also the trombone, the piano, the sousaphone. You might got to look that up. Sousaphone, a lead guitar, and a percussion. Now listen, how many instruments was that? Bass guitar, trombone, piano, sousaphone, lead guitar, percussionist. Right. 6 instruments. He's 6 instruments. He's a producer. He's a composer. Now, let me just tell you some of the people he have produced and worked with. Let me just say, I don't like to name drop Chuki, I got you. But I just want the people to know who is amongst them today. And when they go out and they buy, let's put it up for the people, All Things Love. You can download it on iTunes. Yeah. And listen, he has worked with Heather Headley, Macy Gray, Cisco of the group Drew Hill, Snoop Dogg, Mariah Carey, Bobby Brown, the Pussycats Doll, Rashawn Patterson, who he will be opening up for on July 28th at Bethesda Blues and Jazz. That's right. Who else we got on here? Ali, who's from musical legend from London. Yeah. From London, exactly. I know a little something. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't even look at my notes for that one. And also Andre Crouch, Shirley Caesar, Lonnie Liston Smith. The list goes on and on and on. And some of the DMV most finest. Let me tell you, if you're in DMV, you see Chuki on somebody's stage. Either it was R&B, gospel. You've been on somebody's stage because everybody wants a little touch of your sound in their music because your sound is different and you can really hear it when you play. So let me tell you, let's welcome with a big hand clap studio audience. Y'all know the studio audience is my husband. Let's give it up for my husband. Yes. He's in the house today. Yes, he's my studio audience, and I love it. Let me tell you something, good people. When God gives you something, you don't need a whole bunch of folks. I said the other day, I'd rather stand alone and be right than be in a crowd with people with a limited mindset and a judgmental mindset. So I thank God for him. So I'm going to give it up for him again because I don't always treat him the best. I'm going to make it known. I am pushy. I am controlling. It is what it is. But I want to honor him today while he's here supporting me. So give it up for my husband, William Green. I just had to put that plug in. I'm just saying.
Indeed. That's important.
Just saying, a sister, you know how it is, right? Women of virtue.
That's it.
Walking in excellence.
That's it.
So Chuki.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Tell us how good you are. How you feeling today? What's going on?
I'm alive.
Yes.
Listen, got the activities of my limbs.
Yes.
So that's important. And grateful to be here.
Yes. I'm grateful for you. So what I didn't say, let's just keep it real. Okay. What I didn't say, Chuki and I have been friends for over 20 years.
Yes.
When I met Chuki 20 years ago, I was a graduate student at Bowie State University, and I was singing with a group, Victor Blackwell, who's another wonderful, phenomenal musician. Victor Blackwell, and his group was called Essence of Praise.
Yep.
I don't want to get it confused,
right,
okay?
Right,
Essence of Praise. And Victor Blackwell was actually the musician, minister of music, I believe, at Scripture Cathedral on 9th and O Street. See, I got some history. And so Scripture Cathedral was in the process of ready to do an album release. And Victor had Chuki playing the bass. And then he had actually all his members from Essence of Praise to sing backup with the choir.
Sure did.
And Chuki didn't have no transportation. I'm just keeping it real. So when these people get famous, I got a couple people, other people I want to name drop that got famous that I done sent to the studio that owe me some gas money. I'm just saying, just hook a sister up. You out in LA and stuff. Let's keep it real.
That's
in the 1984 Toyota Cressida, which was my grandmother's, okay, who I love, who's going to be with the Lord. Listen. So Chuki didn't have a ride home. So Vic was like, can you please take Chuki home and, some other people? And here we go, helping each other out. I said, okay, I'm going to take this cat home, but he better have, he had equipment, y'all. He had bags. I don't know if he came from work or where he came from. All this stuff. And I'm like, okay, now where you live? And then when he told me where he lived, I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm a country girl going up in these city parts. Wait a minute. So I took him home. And then, we had a great conversation going home because, honestly, he's a very bright and gifted. First of all, to play 6 instruments, to compose, to produce, there's parts of your brain that that other people don't tap into, okay? And so what I'm saying is he had this great conversation, and from that day since, we've been friends ever since. So that song that you guys hear, Go Where God Leads, that's who produced it for me. Now, I wrote the words. I sang all the parts. Okay? We went and we crushed it in one sitting.
We did.
We didn't have to continue to do it. We ain't dubbed no noises or no sound.
We didn't.
Okay? We did it, and it was done. And listen, that was a dream. Gotcha. That was a dream. And so that's what we're here to talk about. What people don't understand is God gave me that dream in a dream. Like it was one night and I was just dreaming and I literally heard the melody. I heard the words. And he said, get up. Gotcha. Go and record it somewhere. Gotcha. And so I got my little iPad sitting in my bathroom in the dark, I'm going to tell you, and I started recording it. And when I woke up the next morning, I shared it with my husband. He's like, who is that? Me? When did you get that? Last night when I was dreaming. What you going to do with it? Turn it into a reality. And then I called you up and you're like, sure, let me know. Although it took him like 6 months. I'm just saying, hey! That's what happened when you were busy with greatness. But listen, it didn't take him 6 months. It actually took me because I had to believe in my dream.
Gotcha.
Right? Even though I shared it with you, I shared it with someone that I knew that could produce it and help it to come to pass. I had to believe in it that I could do it. And so once I believed in it, I met, like I said, in your studio. We got it done, and here it is on iTunes. People like, do another one. But I can't do anything without God inspiring me and leading me first. Okay? So with that being said, we're here today. Chuki, let's talk about turning dreams into reality.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the dreams that you have and how you turned them into reality and some of the challenges you had to overcome to get there.
Absolutely. Well, playing the different instruments, that brings a different element to like my life, because I used to have people who I thought were friends, but there were a lot of people that had ulterior motives. Well, let's link up with Chuki. Chuki, you know, he got this, you know. I remember like doing some talent shows at school. I'm talking about like 9th grade. And, you know, everyone wanted to be around because, you know, whatever part, you know, we don't have, Chuki can do it. And then as soon as the talent show was over, we won first place or whatever, some of those people I never heard from after that day. So I realized that I had the gift to be able to play the different instruments and write and stuff like that. But it had to be organized. So the scripture of the Bible says, you know, write the vision and make it plain.
Yes.
So when you have a dream, focus, write it down so that you can give yourself like little measures. You know what I'm saying? How are you doing on your goals? And that's really, that was the main thing. And of course, creative brains, it helps us to write stuff down, because you have so many things going through and you be like, okay, when you try to put it all out at once, it seems jumbled up. Listen, let me sit back, let me organize, okay, this goes here, this goes there. Even in music production, everything ain't supposed to be playing all at the same time. Everything has its own place. So I've just been learning that over the years, and just see how, you know, this album here, All Things Love, that was a dream for me to be able to be transparent. Through my experiences, like with love, the ups and downs, the differences. It's not always cool. You might have, certain times you have regrets, but how do I announce my regrets without, with still being creative? You know, not bringing out bitterness or anything. I had to do some self-check. I had to go, you know, sometimes we have the answers for everybody around us, but it comes time for us, you go look at that person in the mirror and don't know what to say. So it's that self-reflective time. So this album, like this was my latest dream. I hadn't done an all-singing song in 17 years, since 2002. And, you know, playing the instruments, even for me, you know, soloing on an instrument, that's one thing, because people can assume what I'm trying to say, you know, because it's no words. It's different when you put things down to words, and the message is very, very clear. So I'm glad to at least have this. I want to be on this side of things. It's been, what, 10 days? It's been 10 days since the release.
10 days, that's right.
And it's been doing really, really well. Thank you all for purchasing it. And like I said to everybody, even if you don't purchase it, if you got Apple Music and Tidal and 7, I just want to share my journey with you and let you know that, you know, there are people that sometimes are assigned to us to push you. And it's not always good, you know, the haters, like I said, there's a saying says the haters make me greater. And then I was like, well, how does that make sense? And if my name is not in somebody else, but they talking about me, you know, I always say when I die, I want there to be more than just my name on the tombstone that people know about. I want to leave a legacy. And, you know, and so this is really cool. This album opened up for me to be on your show.
Yes, it did.
If it was a jazz
20
album,
years later.
Listen, how about it? You know, better late than never.
And who would have thought that we would be sitting here today doing this?
I know.
This was all a dream that turned into reality. You said some really great things. You said about organizing, being organized. And I always say, when you go about executing your dream or your vision and pushing it towards reality, you have to have some structures in place. You can't just be loose. You have to have those structures, how the work is going to get done. And then you have those systems in place around what you're going to put in place so that the work can get done. Okay? So you talked about that. And you talked about, you know, people that will latch on to you and try to suck life out of you. And I always say, listen, if they're not helping you and they're not giving you life, or they're not, you know, you're pushing out, but there's nothing reciprocal coming in, it's time to separate yourself from them.
And that's when you have to get the star player. Numero uno, you have to get that person on point and be comfortable and secure in yourself. Because with some of the visions that we, you know, strategically plan and try to execute, it takes more than one person. But when you surround yourself around people that become leeches, or you know, or you didn't pick the right people to execute this, then sometimes we take the weight of that on our shoulders. And it's not that. You just have to fine tune it. You know what I'm saying? The vision is not dead. You know. Sometimes I have a piece of paper. What I say, like even when I'm producing a song, if I'm producing a reggae song, you know, I can write the music, I can produce the music. If I'm not at the end and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, back to the drawing board, doesn't mean that the vision is gone. But I said, wait a minute, I have to step back, strategize again.
Yes.
And then try this, one
yes,
more time.
Yes, yes.
So.
And our next guest, he talks a lot about that of, if it doesn't work, then assess and adjust and figure out what's working and keep it moving,
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
so we're going to be talking about that. But you had some phenomenal things, and I was just listening to that about the people. And, it's okay to be by yourself. And a lot of people don't want to be by themselves. Right. But if you really want to turn your dream into reality, you're going to have some moments, maybe a season of when you're by yourself, and it's okay because that's when you get your most clarity.
Absolutely.
I just told somebody yesterday, a client that I was working with, listen, you're working on a project. You hired me to be your consultant. Right. Get everybody else out your ear because it's a distraction.
Absolutely.
Because people's going to try to turn your vision into what they want it to become.
Absolutely.
And you're going to lose sight.
Absolutely.
So get it out of your ear because guess what? It's a distraction. It's noises.
Yes, it is.
And you want to just hear the sound that you heard from the beginning when you first was given that vision.
And clarity. Clarity is so important because if you lose sight of the vision, how can you share it with anybody else?
Exactly.
So being secure in the vision that has been placed inside, and then just sticking to the process. Everything does not happen overnight.
Stick to the process. Somebody put that up there.
Yeah.
Stick to the process. That's right.
The process. Everybody's process time is different.
Yes.
Just as long as you are committed to the process. And a lot of times, sometimes we say things out of our mouth. We're actually preaching to ourselves. There was an instance today, earlier before I got here, and I have to make sure that if I say I'm committed to the process, I have to stick to the process.
Exactly.
And sometimes it don't feel good.
Exactly.
It's not fun, but the outcome of it, it'll be bigger than you could ever imagine.
Exactly.
Or dreamed.
Exactly. Commit to the process. That's
Yes.
right. Because if you deviate from that, the steps of a good man ordered. So if you deviate from the process, you just messed up your steps.
Right.
That's plain and simple. God try to take you one way, but you want to go this way because the process either taking too long.
And then also keep your ears open to other people who have just gone through that journey.
Exactly.
I like
yes.
I like the term. It's called catharsis. Is where you learn from.
Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Say that again.
Catharsis.
I told y'all he was smart. Catharsis.
CATH.
Listen, and he know how to spell it. I tell you, I only hang with smart friends. Yes, my friends are smart. Yes. No, tell me what it means.
So being in a state of catharsis is having the mindset where you can learn by other people's mistakes. We don't always, I got to learn that for myself. That's not always necessary because you can waste time. We're getting more seasoned, and our bodies operate differently. So if I've seen 9 people walk the same path and they all fell down the same place, why not identify what it is that they did rather than me to follow right behind them and do the same thing? So just look, and then nobody is saying that being advised by other people, you got to go with what they're saying.
Exactly.
But it does give you more tools to be able to process from. We don't know everything, you know what I'm saying? And that's I like to be open, continue to learn, continue to be current.
Exactly.
In the music industry that I'm in, things change when we don't have record stores and stuff no more.
Exactly.
That's
and
now
true.
And we have wonderful things like like this show, which is internet and things of that nature. There's some people that don't have Instagram.
Right.
Because I was born such and such, and when music was good. Okay, well, music is still good.
Right,
but
right,
you gotta
right.
be current to be able to get your vision out.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That was an adjustment. But as long as you stay humble and committed to the process, any of your dreams, it's amazing once they come into fruition. Because 9 times out of 10, they come into fruition bigger than what you imagined.
Exactly. Exceedingly and abundantly.
Absolutely. Above what
you can ask. Because according to the power that's in you. And I always say, if it's not exceeding abundantly, check your power.
Right.
Because that's how it's supposed to work.
Right.
Exactly.
And like you said, Dr. Green, that's very important that you surround yourself around your peer group.
Yes.
Has to be doing stuff. 9 times out of 10, they have to be doing bigger and better than what you are. Because anytime you become the biggest fish in the pond, it's time for you to get out and
Exactly.
So.
Good. Well, listen, he's not going anywhere. We're just going to take a break because I have another phenomenal guest, and I'm telling you, a lot of the people that I bring on are people that I've learned from, that have helped me, that has mentored me, coached me, told me the truth about me, that helped me accountable, and like I always say, understands me and not judge me.
Gotcha.
And so I am so glad to have Anthony on here today, Chuki, as we all know him. He's going to sit right here. You stay tuned. While you are there, I want you to tag a friend, share it, text, do something, because this show, hit the replay if they need to. This show is going to help somebody today, and I'm ready to bring up none other than the happy entrepreneur himself that's going to tell us all about how to be very vital in our business. Stay there. We'll be right back.
Many times in our lives, we sit and wonder why God has us where He does. A living sacrifice to be an example to the world, so that everyone can see His goodness and His mercy, how His grace covers me. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta grow where God leads. Shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. Many are the plans of man, but only God's plan will prevail. Don't be weary in well-doing. All you have to do is keep going. Have faith and believe, and know one day you'll receive all the blessings that's for you. He is going to see you through. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are and know that God will keep you. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see. You gotta grow where you are.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Taskeka Green, where we are turning dreams into reality. And I have another wonderful guest. It's like C squared today, okay?
C squared. I like that.
Shay, C squared.
I like that. That's good.
Number one, genius number two.
Oh, my goodness.
Listen, oh, my goodness. I have to, I usually take notes. I don't have no notes, so I have to replay so I can take notes, my digital notes.
It is an honor and a privilege. I was so excited. I couldn't wait. I was already bouncing. I heard you singing. I was like, oh, my gosh. Of course, I can't dance, but I did type. I can do two-step. I can do a two-step. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you're ever out with me, they'll be like, shake hand dance. But I always get the ladies out dancing. Yes. Like, come on anyway.
Yes, but let me tell you a little bit about him, okay?
Okay.
Shay Brown is a globally renowned giant in the sales world. He has cracked the once elusive code of entrepreneurial success with a game-changing model that unlocks unlimited financial potential, power, and wealth. In just 6 short years, he has dominated the sales space, coaching thousands of rising business leaders to achieve exponential growth and success in their industries, to the tune of over $400 million and counting. His acclaimed 7-figure sales team concept has forever erased the outdated notion that generating revenue in business is a sole source game. Instead of illustrating it is indeed a team sport. Shay lives, breathes, and sleeps his craft. He has his fingers on the pulse of profit generation and an instinctual insight into why the heart of a failing business has stopped. Most importantly, he can resuscitate the flow of revenue in any company with just a whiteboard and a conversation. And I have sat at the table with you during many conversations, whiteboards, digital notes, in conferences, workshops, and I am just truly, truly amazed at what you say and what you do. So thank you for coming on here today and sharing with my audience and the world about how you can help them to keep their business sustainable, viable, and to bring in the revenue that they need. And you have to tell them about what you're selling.
Well, I first want to say thank you so much for having this platform.
Yes.
Dr. Green, you are truly amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing something that's really needed in the community. And for those folks that are out there in the digital space, I'm encouraging them to tune in. Don't miss an episode whenever you are here. Number one, you're always full of energy. Number two, she's the most complimented person I know. Always giving a compliment. Yeah, I get more compliments from you than anyone else. Every time how bad I'm doing, you say, Shay, you're doing okay. Keep on going. Even today, she's like, you got it. Keep on going. So thank you so much, because we need the encouragement encouragement. And I know behind that you have the structure and the system in place so people can follow a direct process. So thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Without you, there's no them and there's no us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything that I didn't say about you and your business? And let's talk about that again, how it all started with a dream and how you worked on that to have it come into fruition. Talk about your dream you had. Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could say, the person you see today is the person that was 15 years ago, right? But that's just not the case. Like many folks, I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't wake up saying I wanted to go have my own business. I was happy in corporate America. I've only worked for 2 jobs my whole career. Okay. I worked for Citibank after undergraduate, went to Morgan State University. I'm a DC native, by the way. Go DC,
yes,
DC. And I saw the man himself, Chuck Brown. Y'all can't see him, but they got Chuck Brown, the man up there. Love Chuck Brown. But anyway, and then after undergraduate, I worked for Citibank.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to Johns Hopkins University, which is in Baltimore. Yeah. I worked for Verizon the next 9 years. Then Verizon, they laid me off. And I don't know if anyone's ever been laid off before, but it's pretty tough. It's pretty challenging. You come home.
It's traumatic.
And it's very traumatic.
It's traumatic.
You don't have a job. You come home. But I looked around. Some of my homies, like folks watching and listening right now, they had their own business. I'm like, well, if they can have their own business, certainly I can have my own business. So I went down to Kinko's, got some business cards. The next day, I hung my shingle out the door and got started. But then, after about 90 days in business, I was broke. I was struggling, didn't have any money because no one's hiring me. No one cared that I worked at MCI. They didn't give a darn hootie-tootie about that at all. And then after that, it kind of went downhill. My wife left me, so I came home one day. My wife was gone. That's difficult. My son decided to move in with me, by the way, which is normally not how it works, but my 2 boys decided to move with me. So now I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I have no customers. I'm burning through my 401k. Which just anybody do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I did that, by the way. 'Cause sometimes you bet on yourself, right? So I kept betting and betting. It wasn't winning. But then anyways, I found myself in bankruptcy. And then one day my sons come running upstairs and said, Dad, guess what? I said, what? So I run down and said, somebody's still in the car. I go look out the window and the car wasn't being stolen, by the way. They were repossessing my car. But I looked over at my sons and I said, don't worry, it's just going to the garage. And I lied. And it was in that moment that I had reflection sometime later that I had what I call the never again moment. Now, I don't know if you ever had the never again moment where you find yourself at a place where you say, never again will I find myself with my lights being cut off. Never again will I find myself in a situation where one client determines how I'm going to pay my bills. Never again will I feel like a loser as a husband, as a dad, as an entrepreneur. I call it the never again moment.
Exactly.
And when you have that never again moment, you tell yourself some things are going to change. So I said, things are going to change.
Exactly.
Guess what? They didn't change, by the way. They didn't change.
Not right away. Not right away.
It got worse. So the point that I want to make is what I learned from all that is 2 things, and I'll share this with the audience. And it's really 3 words, and that is selling is power.
Selling is
Somebody
power. Put that in the digital notes underneath for your screen. Selling is power. Yes.
And so why is selling is power? What does selling the power do? Well, selling allows you to really develop the resources necessary to execute, or I should say, develop the vision you have for the people you were called to serve.
That's good.
So selling, and this is just a note for your audience that are listening right now. This might be a golden nugget, something they can put in their notes. If you're taking notes, you can jot this down right now. But here's for all the entrepreneurs. Here's what I want to share with you is that selling will solve any business problem.
Yes, it will.
That's why I say selling is power. Selling will solve any business problem. You need to hire more people, generate more revenue, right? You need to hire a bookkeeper, generate more revenue. So what I learned is selling is power. But what does the power do? It's the power to send my kids to a school of their choice. I want to send them to college. It's the power to pay my mortgage. It's the power to be a full-time entrepreneur. Selling is the power really to execute the vision I have for myself. Folks that are watching right now, I believe they have a vision. I'm very spiritual like you. I'm very spiritual. I believe in the Creator. I know that might not be for everyone that's watching on the show, but I believe that everyone has a vision that's given to them. Just like Noah. Noah it wasn't from Noah. Noah got a vision from God for the people that he was called to serve. Just like our listeners that are entrepreneurs. I want to admire them. They get up every day. They pay their taxes. They take care of their kids. They try to provide a service in the world. And they try to do some good so they can have more meaning. Yeah, they'll make more money. They'll have more impact. Yes, they have more income. But at the end of the day, they want to make a difference. Right? And so I was in that same category. So selling, that's how I got into it, by the way. I understood that without making sales, I couldn't stay in business. And here's something I'll share with the audience, and I'll take your next question. But here's
Sure,
something
no,
I'll
go
share
ahead.
with the audience.
This is the
that's
Shane
very,
Brown
very
show.
important. No. I'm here with you. It's an honor and a privilege.
You go right ahead.
This is
'Cause
a money
I'm like
conversation. No. It is a money conversation. And I don't mean any of that, because some people, when they think of sales, by the way, they think of, when you think of a salesperson, what do you normally think of, right? Sleazy, arm twisting, used car salesman. They have all these bad things.
Yeah.
In fact, I was teaching someplace many years ago, and someone said, Shay, they raised their hand in the audience, Shay, how do you know when a salesperson is lying? So I don't know. They said the lips are moving. I'm like, oh my gosh. The lips are moving, right? And that's the negative connotation. But what I wanted to do was shift that negative connotation and understand a fundamental principle. And I believe in principles. And I'm going back to the story of Noah. I haven't forgot about that, by the way. But a fundamental principle. And this is something I want you to have in your notes. If you feel that way about sales, then I want you to change your mindset. One of the things I like you to do is you shift the mindset. You shift their beliefs. You help them understand that it's possible. Whether they believe it or not, I love you, Dr. Green, what you do. They can still make it possible. So here's the point that I want to share. I said selling is power. That was one note. I said selling will solve any business problem. That's another golden nugget. But here's something that I want you to put down in your notes, is that selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals service. So it's not about how can you sell anyone anything. It's how can you solve a problem. Here's the $50,000 nugget. There might be a lot of them bouncing around. When you were saying they were bouncing all off the walls. I love your scriptures. I love what you were saying. But here's something that they may want to know. And here it is. And you might want to jot this down. I love how you're doing Facebook at the same time. People over here, and they're out there joining. Like Jennifer Brown's out there, Nicole Jones is out there.
Bobby Turner's out there.
Mother Dear's watching.
Nicole
you got
Jones.
Mother Cammie Jeffers, my mom. Dr. Cammie Jeffers. She's like, he's quoting the scripture. She'd be very pleased about that.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
You got William Dallas in the house. William Dallas from Texas, but he loves you. By the way. He was on your show the other day. He loves you. Anyway, selling is service, right? So here's the golden nugget I want to share with the audience. The audience got so many cameras that are out there, but here it is. Here it is. People will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today.
That's right.
If you have a negative connotation, a negative belief, I want you to shift that for a moment and say that selling is service. That's number one. And number two, that people will pay you today if you help them do what?
Solve a problem today.
So when you get up every single day, tell yourself, you know what? I'm in the problem solving.
Exactly.
There's someone that needs to hear this music, right? So that they can change their mindset, change their belief system, change their mood, and that's what music will do. And we need creators like you that are able to write the music and put. I wish I could sing, by the way. I really do.
You don't have to. He can
I
make
wish
it
I
all
could
nice
sing.
for you.
Oh, okay. I wish I could sing,
too,
but I can make some noise. You know, I grew up in a Pentecostal church. They said make a joyful noise. Right? I grew up in a Pentecostal church. And we couldn't sing either. But anyway, just a little known fact. I played the bass guitar. Did you know that? And also the drums. Yeah. Well, our church only had 32 members when we first started. I'm telling the story, but only had 32 members and about 19 kids, right? So we all did little things along the way. But anyway, that's a topic. That's a topic for another time. Back to the folks that are out there trying to want to make money. So selling equals service. Selling is power. Selling will solve any business problem.
And selling will solve any business problem.
What's the fundamental principle, Shay? Is that people will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. So when I first got started, I couldn't sell. And so I said, well, how can I solve problems? How can I get better at what I say, when I say it, and how I say it, which could make a difference? And at the time, I didn't know anybody that looked like me that was focused 100% on sales. There was business development folks, there was entrepreneurs, but no one says, this is all I do all day, every day. And I spent $5,000, another $5,000. I didn't have any money. I went to my brother, borrowed $5,000. I had this dream, somebody out there was going to teach you how to do something. You ever been there? And he says, not another one of these. But he gave me the $5,000. I never paid him back, by the way. He gave me the $5,000. I went out there, and when I took the class with a guy named Eric Loftholm, one of the things he said is, Shay, you could be one of the top 5 sales trainers of your generation. And the point I want to make is I didn't believe that. And sometimes you need people to believe in you before you can believe in yourself. You need someone else to hold the belief for you. He believed that one day if I studied, it could happen. The only person that planned to believe was Mother Dear, right? She's like, no, you be number one, not number 5. You be number 1. So here's what I want to share with the audience. You have a vision, going back to Noah. And Noah was given a vision for the people he was called to serve. But one of the things they don't talk about a lot about Noah is that Noah could not have really executed that vision if he didn't have the resources. Just like you in your business. You right now have a goal for solving problems.
Exactly.
You want to help other folks. God's giving you this vision, He's giving you the talents, giving you everything you need, but you don't have any resources, right? So the question is, how do you get the resources? Noah can't build the ark without a nail, without a hammer, and without a community of people helping him. That's what people kind of forget to sell. So how does that relate to my business, Shay? How can I walk away with something that I can use now in my business?
Right.
Here's the point that I want to make, and here it is. It's called a sales visionary.
Okay.
I learned that I no longer work with sales people. I work with sales visionaries. And what is a sales visionary, Shay? What in the LL Cool J are you talking about? A little music. I couldn't know who to say. I couldn't say Chuck Brown. So what in the LL Cool J are you talking about, right? And so here's what I mean by that. Sales, this is definition. I'll say it slowly. Y'all can write this down.
Okay.
But sales helps me develop the resources necessary to actually support the vision that I have for myself. So you have a vision for yourself. Some of you have a vision for yourself. You want to take vacation. You want to take care of your family. You want to hire a nutritionist, whatever it is. Sales helps you develop the resources necessary to support the vision you have for your loved ones. So some of you want to send your kids to a school of your choice. Some of you want to write a check for a loved one. You know, it felt good. I've told the story many times publicly. My mom, who was in the hospital about 10 days, about 60 days ago. She's fine. She's home. She's watching now. Medicine's doing well. But it felt good to be in a position, one, to leave my business during that time and also be able to write a check. And so some of you have family members that you want to write checks for. You want to pay their mortgage or whatever it is. You can't do that with no resources. But last and most importantly is that sales helps you develop the resources necessary to support the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. So one of the things I tell folks is that think of yourself as a sales visionary. You've got to execute this vision, and the only way to do that is what? To make more sales. The only way to make more sales is to serve more people. So if there's a deficit in your bank account, and your bank account doesn't reflect how good you are, then step back and say, how am I serving people?
Yes, that's good. Say that again. If your bank account
doesn't reflect how good you are, and I've been there, I raise my hand all the time, it doesn't reflect how good you are, then take a look at the vision you have and how you develop the resources and how you're solving problems. Because people will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. They're paying somebody to solve that problem. So Shay, break the formula down. If I'm a sales visionary, and I would tell yourself that if you're out there in the land and watching online, write that down in notes. Like look right below the comments. I love your fans, by the way. You have the best community in the world.
Thank you. They're great.
They're great. They're wonderful. I want you to write this down. I am a sales visionary.
I am a sales visionary.
I am a sales visionary, right? So let's say it together. I am a what?
I am a sales visionary.
Say it again. What?
I am a sales visionary.
That's right. So you're a sales visionary. So you're not just trying to sell someone. You're not a product pimp, I'll say it like that, a product pusher. You're solving problems.
Exactly.
Right? So, Shay, what is the sales visionary formula? Like, if I'm a sales visionary and you don't work with salespeople, then what's the formula? It's a three-part formula. Three-part formula that I'll share with the audience today. And this is just a teachable moment. Again, this is just all about generating revenue. We're having a revenue. Think of maybe your chief revenue officer today, right? You and I just having a conversation. It's about revenue. It's about a three-part formula. The first part is called a signature selling style. So you must understand your signature selling style. I'll say it a little slower. Your signature selling style plus buyer's profile. Plus neurolinguistic sales. I'll say it a little slow so they can get the formula. So how do you get the sales visionary approach? It's the signature selling style plus the buyer's profile plus neurolinguistic sales. So give me the 1-minute version, Shay. I'm glad you asked. Thanks a lot. Great question. I want to know what it is too, right? Okay, good. So your signature selling style is how you sell based on your own DNA, based on your own experience, and based on your own expertise. So there are about 7 different signature selling styles. I can't get into it now, but some folks are the intuitive signature selling style. They sell based on intuition. They drive action. Others are the heart-centered selling style. You're like me, heart-centered selling style. That means you sell from the heart. There has to be a connection. You have to believe in it. You have to feel it. Others are like my good friend Trevor Otts. He's the professor signature selling style, which means he teaches people. Then after he teaches them, he says, well, I just taught you, so now I can do it for you. You know, so everyone has their own signature selling style, which has their own closing style, which has their own words. And so sometimes it's not that folks hate to sell. They hate sounding like another person.
Right.
They hate sounding like their coach.
That's right.
They hate being unauthentic. Is that right? Unauthentic? Okay, I'm making sure I got the right words. I went to DC Public Schools. Okay? I want to make sure I get the right words, all right? I went to DC Public. I went to HBCU. I love my HBCU. But in all seriousness, they want to really be themselves.
Right.
So if they don't know your signature selling style, that might be a problem because you might be winging it every day. But first, your signature selling style. We developed that by working with great PhDs and folks like you guys that are very smart and brilliant and saying break down the personality type, because I was like, how would I sell if I was just me?
Right.
Okay, signature selling style, 7 different types, and there's a primary and a secondary. Plus buyer's profile.
Okay.
Buyer's profile is how they buy.
Right.
So if I'm talking to someone and I know they're a loyalist buyer, that doesn't mean they're not going to buy. It means it'll be a longer process. If they're a cheapskate, that doesn't mean they're not going to buy. It's that they've got to weigh the balance of the pros and the cons, and it has to outweigh it before they even consider making a decision.
Right.
So now you got the signature selling style plus the buyer's profile plus neural linguistic sales. Now, neural linguistic sales is the study of language patterns and how it impacts the sales process. So now we're thinking about having the right words in the right moment for the right folks. One of the things I teach with the signature selling style is this, or neural linguistic sales, and this is the last comment, and I'll turn it back to you, is that, and this might be the only idea they need.
That's all they need.
Like, how many ideas you need to change your life?
You don't need a whole lot. You need one. Remember, I talked about it. You don't need all the words and all the insight. You need to go back and get what you already had and build upon that.
I agree with you. Your words will make you what? Rich.
That's right.
That's the golden nugget to put down. Your words will make you rich. Your words will make you what?
Rich.
That's the golden nugget.
And before you finish that thought, the other thing we always say is don't chase the money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of my favorite sayings is don't chase the money.
Don't chase the
add
money.
value, and the money will chase you.
And the money will
don't chase
you.
the money.
That's right.
Add value, and the money will chase you. What I liked how you started the show. Y'all need to go back and watch this a second or third time. You need to share this. Need to pay this forward.
Yes.
You're so brilliant.
Oh.
And sometimes when you're around brilliant people, you just kind of forget. They say things like, "Oh, it's no big deal." You don't jump up and shout. But you said something very important, and it reminded me of a talk that I was given. I was given 30 minutes to speak at this event, right? So I flew all the way to the convention. I was excited. I wasn't a featured speaker, but who cares? I talk anyway to let me talk, right?
I know, that's right.
And then right before I was to speak, they came over and said, Shay, you only have 5 minutes. 5 minutes, because I'm not the featured guy. They were running behind. That happens. I said, 5 minutes. What can I say in 5 minutes? Like right now, what can I say in 1 minute to make a difference? So I was pacing back and forth and looking through my notes and, God, what do I do? Like, what do you possibly do? But you summed it up so well in the very beginning. What I said, when I came out, when I spoke to the audience, I said, look, I want you to write these 4 words down. I just said, do what you know. Just do what you know. If I don't give you anything else to do right now, if you just go right now and just do what you already know you should do, it'll be easy and you can make it happen. That's what you start off with. So sometimes you don't need no new ideas. You need to go implement and perfect and master what you already know. So what I'm telling you right now, if you know there's a problem and you know how to solve it, and you know people will pay you today if you help them solve a problem, then you only have one goal every day as an entrepreneur. There's only one thing for you to do. I'll tell you what it is. Here it is. Is to get in front of people who have a problem. And share how you solve it. There ain't nothing else to do. You don't need no websites. You don't need to be calling people and no master. All that's good. But when you look at your day and you look at your schedule, the question is, how are you in front of people who have a problem? That's why I love what you do. So thanks for having us here.
You're welcome,
amazing.
Shay. And listen, thank you so much. I tell you, I don't even know what else to say after that. I don't, honestly. I'm a sales visionary. I'm a problem solver. Don't chase the money. Add value, and the money will chase you. Know your selling signature selling style.
Yeah, your buyer's profile.
And that was all in like 25 minutes. So just imagine that 5 minutes. I know. And let me just tell you something. Shay was one of the ones that actually taught me how to speak in 11 minutes. Like I actually spoke for Black and Influential, and they said you have 11 minutes to get out what you need to.
And she tore it down.
And you
she tore it down the stage.
Unleash the power,
right?
I
remember that.
And not only do I have 11 minutes to do it, I couldn't use no notes.
That's
and
right.
I had never, ever, until that point, never used notes.
Well, I
and
didn't
they
know
said it comes from your heart. You're passionate about it. You know what you want to say. You will not use those notes.
Wow.
And I got up there without those notes, and in my 11 minutes, and we was counting down 10, 9, 8,
you know that. 7, 6.
In 11 minutes, and it was done.
Speakers.
Exactly.
No,
and so I learned. I sit under people that have been through, like you said, have already gone through these processes and don't want people to repeat it. You don't want anybody to go through that repeat process, because if I learn from these mistakes, I want to help you and teach you so that you can walk into whatever you have.
Absolutely.
And so I'm so thankful for that. You said some excellent things. We share the same testimony around being eliminated from a job and doing all that type of stuff, and the things that happened were similar to things that I've been through, but I learned that everything I needed, you said said it, that the creativity.
Yeah.
I always say that you are the creativity of God, that you started with a thought.
Yep.
You were just a thought. And so I used everything that God had already put in me. And I said this the other day on your show, Deuteronomy 8:18, that he's already given us the condition, created the condition to create wealth. And so he's already given it to us. And we just have to take what we have and apply it.
That's all we do.
And apply it and know exactly what it is that how we're going to help and solve people. And so I'm excited about that.
I'm excited.
Can
and of course, I'm still here.
Yeah,
I love your book.
Yeah,
I'm still here. That's
Exactly.
right, baby. That should be like the mantra. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Listen, after everything that I have
I'm
lost,
still here, baby.
exactly,
I'm still here.
eliminated from my
I'm
job,
still
I'm
here.
a true testament around some of these things that I am still here and living a purposeful life because it's all around how you can help others.
Absolutely.
And you said it, how you can serve others,
Yes.
how you can love others,
Absolutely.
and push them to their most greatest potential.
Oh, I love what you
That's
do.
what it's
I
about.
love
That's
what
what
you do.
purpose is. It's not waiting for this epiphany. Oh, I don't know my purpose. Yes, you do.
Right.
Go help somebody
Right.
today. I don't know my purpose. Go serve somebody today. I don't know my purpose. Tell somebody I love you today.
Right.
It will change their life. Why? Because he said it. You are a problem solver.
Yeah.
Solve their problem.
Right.
Solve them because they're looking for you. So, listen, can I have you both back on the show?
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes, yes, yes.
I got you
We're
because
we're saying yes.
or I'll just do like they keep
We're
telling
saying
me,
yes.
do a show every week.
Oh my goodness. Yes, 100%. Because
They're
what
like,
you do makes a difference.
Listen,
Absolutely.
thank
It's
you.
making a
Well,
difference.
listen, we only have a few more minutes. And before I actually do the big announcement of the 2019 Deborah C.
Ooh.
Offer Bulgin Women of Virtue Walking in Excellence, and everybody that knows that this all started with me 9 years ago when I lost my mother to stage 4 stomach cancer. She was diagnosed in February, never had been ill, no symptoms, and 30 days later passed. She was 53 years old.
Gotcha.
And from that day forth, I have been on this urgency of helping others to discover who they are and what we just talked about, taking what's on the inside of them and using it to help, to serve, to reach their greatest potential.
Right.
And so all of this was birthed out of that. The Women of Virtue Walking in Excellence, even this show, everything. And so I always say, if I had never lost my mother when I did, I would still walk around being ordinary.
Gotcha.
I would probably still be an educator. Well, I am an educator, but still in a building with kids, not thinking that there's far more for me to do. And you discover who you are when you leave those familiar places.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You
you do.
begin to grow. You become in the capacity. I said, don't limit it to your competency, but what is your capacity?
I like that. I like
my
that.
competency taught me to be an educator, but now I know that. How am I going to apply that in a greater realm?
Absolutely.
And so now, I am Che, the Chief Educational Strategy Consultant.
All right, give it up.
Give
Good.
it
Yeah,
up.
all right, go
Of
ahead.
my
Go ahead with your
own
bad self.
business,
Right,
yes.
right, right, right.
And I just shared this most recently that, I've written, now it's 12 books I've written. But at the time
Congratulations.
of last year, it was 9. And I have wrote self-help books. I wrote journals. I have children's book that I did with my daughter. But I never did a book in the field, in the industry of what I do every day.
Really?
Never. And so when I went to deliver an oral presentation on a contract that I had bid for, when I walked out the room, God spoke and said, it's time, Coaching Champions. And mind you, he had already gave me that concept in 2017. But I didn't know how to execute the concept because I was too busy to sit and listen. So when I walked out of that oral presentation, he said, it's time for Coaching Champions. You know why?
Why?
Because I needed a product with my service. So now I'm the Chief Educational Strategy Consultant. What am I really offering these people? Yes, you can coach. You can coach people to get better and improve. Yes, you know about, organizational effectiveness and change when it comes to school. You know about educational reform. You know about all of the new languages. But what are you selling them? And so when the concept Coaching Champions, how to understand the players before giving the plays, a guide to improvement and success.
Oh, I
So
love it.
now
Wow.
when I go
That's
out,
good.
I have my own product that I service to people.
Absolutely.
And so,
Congratulations.
see how it all
Congratulations. All
works?
right.
And that's exactly what you were talking about today.
Yes, yes.
And so,
Congratulations.
it's not that you're going door to door or you're selling something or, we have a lot of the, the MLMs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You just got to know who you are and make it work.
Yes, just make it work,
And
baby.
make it work. You know what your product is? It's you.
It's
Yeah.
you.
It
Yep.
boils down to you.
Yes.
You are your product. Woo! What a show! Let's give it up for the people!
What about the winner?
The winner, yes, we're getting that. We're getting that. We're getting that.
You got to get that on air.
We got to
hear the winner.
Switch it up. Because we got to put it up on the screen so you can see it. So give us a minute here. Okay, we are here. Yes, we are here.
She's working.
Hold on, I'm working it out.
You are behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. This is like real time stuff.
I'm gonna have to do this. This is real time. We are live. I'm telling you right now. So we're gonna switch it to the screen, and I'm gonna ask my friend here, Chuki, to hold it up to the screen if you can, so that people can see what we are unveiling. So, hold on, stay right here. Come back here some. Yep, right in seat. Our engineer is telling us we're going through it too much. He will keep us straight. We're still live. That's what I was talking about. Listen, people,
Coach's
please,
champion.
on July 16th, we are releasing Coaching Champions, How to Understand the Plays for Giving the Plays. Please make sure you tag a friend, share with everybody. You can actually get the ebook on July 16th for $3.99.
Yo, sign me up. Sign
you up.
Yeah, I'm the first one in.
$3.99. So make sure you tune in. So I just wanted to put that plug in. And thank you to Lisa M. Jones, Dr. Andrea Kane, Dr. Melissa Glee McGuire, Dr. Essie McCoy, and Dr. Ava Tasker Mitchell for being a part of this work. And thank you to Dr. Dana T. Batten. He was the former superintendent of Richmond Public Schools.
Really?
Yes, but now he's in Boyertown, Pennsylvania, and he wrote the foreword. And thank you to Dr. Gregory Paluska, who's the deputy superintendent of Queen Anne's County Public School, to help me with the book. But here we go. Wow. Are you ready for the 2019 Deborah C. Offer Bulgin Women of Virtue Walking in Excellence Honor Rings? First, we have Alicia Pryor, Financial Literacy. Yeah, Alicia Pryor. Andrea Jackson, Business.
Yes.
Charlene Harad, Wumana, Volunteerism. Congratulations. Connie Gilmore, Community Service. Congratulations, Connie. Dr. Ava Tasker Mitchell, Education. Congratulations, Ava. Dr. Gia Joyce Conway, Ministry. Congratulations, Dr. Gia. Ira Warren, Ministry. Congratulations, Ira Warren. Jennifer Bryant, Mentorship. Congratulations, Jennifer Bryant. Lady Rhonda Parks, Ministry. Congratulations, Lady Rhonda Parks. Lakita Berry, Business. Congratulations, Lakita Berry. Latoya Poindexter, Beauty and Fashion. Congratulations. Look at the hearts. Yeah. Latoya Poindexter. Yes. Woo. Ladrine Peterson for Business. Congratulations, Ladrine Peterson. Michelle Hammond, Health and Wellness. Congratulations. Yay. Reverend Angelia Rowe Gardner, Esquire. Yes. Law and Government. Congratulations. Reverend Joan Jones, Lifetime Achievement, congratulations. Wow. Tasha Robinson, Music and Arts, congratulations, Tasha Robinson. Kathy Muhammad for Music and Fine Arts. And our final one, her name is Elena Crusoe Aiken for Lifetime Achievement. I tell you, good people, you ladies showed up and you nominated these people. And I don't want to cry. But when you see a dream 5 years ago come into fruition, you have to celebrate that. You're going to lose some things. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose things. I even lost a job. My marriage had trouble, had financial trouble. But when God says it, you have to believe it. That's right. And you have to walk in that process. Because in due season, you will reap if you faint not. Don't grow weary. Don't faint. It's going to come to pass. Listen, Women of Virtue, Walking in Excellence, I celebrate you. Thank you to everyone who nominated. Thank you to everyone who continues to support To Everything There's a Season and believe in this vision every day. Thank you. And most of all, thank you to God. Without him, I'm nothing. Shay said I'm amazing. No, God is amazing. It's in him I live, move, and have my being. Without him, I'm nothing. So thank you. Remember, we're here every second Saturday on Vox Waves. 3 to 4. I have to hurry up. There's a next show. But listen, afterwards, share it, tag it, replay it. You do what you got to do. And watch the next show on Vox Wave. It might help you as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're here, turning dreams into reality. I'm Dr. Taskeka Green. You can find him social media, Shay Brown. You can find him on social media, Anthony Chuki Caldwell. Search him out. Learn from these people. You're great. Thank you for joining
you.
us.
God bless.
God bless.
See you soon. You're amazing.
Many times in our lives, we sit and wonder why God has us where He does. A living sacrifice to be an example to the world, so that everyone can see His goodness and His mercy, how His grace covers me. You gotta go where God leads. You gotta shine so people can see.